Hello, my name is Robbie. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Hello, my name is Alexander Zabilski.
And can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Switzerland, Zurich.
Okay. And can I see your identification, please?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. That's great. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask some questions about yourself. So to begin with, can you tell me a little about your family?
Well, I have a younger brother. His name is Philip.
Mm-hmm.
He's 16 years old. We all live in Switzerland, in Zurich.
Yeah.
We moved there because we like lakes, and it was a really nice atmosphere for the whole family. Really nice people, beautiful views, and yeah.
Okay. And how often do you get to meet up with all your family?
Well, obviously when I study, it's not a lot of time, but now that the break started, we have a bit more time to get together and spend some more time, go to the cinema, have a dinner from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel it's important to keep strong family connections?
Definitely, I think it is very important because you can always count on them later, and I think they're the most important people in your life, especially your family. Like, I mean, close family, meaning that your parents and, in that case, brother.
Okay. Right, now I'd like to ask you some questions about parties. Do you like going to parties?
Yes, I do like going to parties.
Why?
Because well, it's a good moment for me to forget about all the things I have to do as an 18, 19-year-old,
Yeah.
and I can just have a bit of time. A bit of fun.
Okay. What do you think makes a good party?
The right people, people that you know and that you're comfortable around, good music, a nice place, and yeah.
And what kind of things happen at a party in your country?
Oh, well, people obviously dance, they make friends, they talk about their hobbies, some people find their, I guess, partners, all sorts of things.
Okay. What kinds of things do you need to think about if you're planning a party?
You have to you have to know the number of people that would potentially be part of the party. So you have to have some sort of a place, the right number of drinks, the music. So hopefully like some sort of a DJ or somebody like that. You have to make sure that you have permission from your parents, because that's important, and that neighbors don't mind if it's a house party.
Okay. Right, I'd now like to move on and talk about bicycles. Do you ever use a bicycle to travel?
I don't, but back in the day I would use my bicycle a lot, yeah.
Okay. What are some of the benefits of using a bicycle?
I think the most important advantage of having a bicycle, using a bicycle, is definitely the fact that it improves your health. It's some sort of an exercise when you use a bicycle, and it's just better than a car. It's cheaper. It's a healthier option, and I don't know. It's some like, it can be taken as a lifestyle sort of a thing where you're just a healthy person that eats healthy, travels by bicycle, and I think it's a nice thing.
Okay. Do you think bicycles will be used more or less in the future?
I think in the future people are going to use less bicycles because cars are becoming cheaper and cheaper, and at the end of the day, having a car is it's a more comfortable and convenient way of getting from one place to another. So yeah, I think bicycles are not going to make it there, but I think there will be people that are really like devoted, and they're going to bike no matter what, because that's their lifestyle, like I said before.
Yeah. How can governments encourage people to use bicycles more?
Maybe they could have some sort of policies where they pay for, I don't know, half of the bike maybe, or like they, like, let's say bike costs, I don't know, like 2,000, and the government could pay like 500. So a part of the bike is already paid, so it's just cheaper for you to have the bike. Maybe they could organize like I don't know, like maybe like some sort of parades or like meetings where people meet and they talk about healthy lifestyle, or why it's good to have a bike. I don't know, maybe something like this.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. And before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so here's your topic, and here's some pen and paper for notes. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Please start preparing. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Good. Now remember, you only have to talk for 1 to 2 minutes, so don't worry if I stop you in the middle. Please start talking.
So, so for me, a successful businessman in that case is my father.
Okay.
So he, back in the day, he built I think he's a successful businessman because back in the day he built a chain of supermarkets, and it is a thing because it was really hard to do such thing in the past because of the government that we had. And now he is into property development, so he operates in that industry. And what do I think he's going to do a great job in the future because he has a lot of skills from previous businesses. He created some sort of connections, so he met different people from different industries that could potentially help him in the future. I think he learned how to surround himself with the right people, how to manage time wisely and conveniently. What else? And I think he's successful because it's not maybe part of being a businessman, but even though he had a business on the side, he still managed to be a good father and a good family member, and I think that's very important also, having a balance.
Okay. And do you think your father is going to retire one day, or do you think he'll just continue to work?
I think he should retire. I don't know if he will, but I don't know. He's starting a new business now, so I think he's just going to keep on going until he can.
Now, I want to ask you some questions related to this subject. To begin with, I'd like to ask you about the business world. So what is the business environment like in your country, in Switzerland?
Well, in Switzerland, it's very formal in a way that people are not they're not too open-minded. They're really like orthodox about what they think, meaning that if you, for example, have, I don't know, like a very formal business meeting, you have to be formally dressed, and I mean it, when I say it, I mean it like really formally. You have to have a suit. You have to, know all the manners and how to behave. Always keep an eye contact with the person. Know how to ask questions. Even know how to like put the sentences together so you don't, scare a potential business partner, for example.
Yeah. Okay. How important is it to speak English in the business world?
I think it is very important. I think that's the language that people communicate in. Well, at least in Europe, Asia is Asia. That's a different, I guess, a bit of a different world. But in Europe, it's very important. That's the language that people convert to when they don't speak the same language. When they're not basically English, that's the language they convert to. And I just think you cannot. It's hard to do anything in the industry without having the language.
Okay. How important is customer service in your country, in Switzerland?
Customer service. I think unlike in other countries, people in Switzerland, people that work, for example, in the customer service, they take it really seriously, and they actually are willing to help the person that, for example, calls them or has some sort of an issue. So I think it's people that work there respect whoever's calling them and wants to help the person that calls them. That's what I think.
Okay. What kind of character should a successful businessman have?
I think successful businessmen, right, should be respectful, definitely. Should be charismatic also, so he or she should know how to motivate whoever they're talking to, and just should know how to basically motivate them. What else? Also knowing how to manage time and how to keep the balance between, for example, uh, personal life and what's the opposite? Personal life and not personal life, professional life, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'd like now to talk about motivation and leadership. So, what motivates you when you're at work or study?
Um, I think the fact that I want to, finish college or university and just start working in the industry as quickly as possible. So I have some sort of deadlines and I just want to get past them so that the university, lets me out and I'm ready for the world and.
Okay. And what can businesses do to better motivate their workforces?
Maybe they shouldn't motivate them with like financial rewards like money. Maybe they should try with something that's not tangible, like maybe giving them more time to spend with their families or like having a flexible work frame so that they can say that they want to spend these hours at work and these hours in the swimming pool with their children, having fun, maybe that sort of stuff.
Okay. What qualities does a successful leader have?
Well, I think, like I said, being respectful, definitely, knowing how to motivate whoever they're working with, knowing who you're working with. So, different people get motivated by different things. So, just having some sort of, I guess, treating people like they're other people, like they're other individuals, and they're individuals, not a big group, and everybody's different, and different things work for different people. And
Okay. Do you think that a person can learn to be an effective leader?
I don't think a person can learn, but they can definitely improve on being a leader. Yeah, I don't think you can just. I believe that these are the things that I guess you're born with, and you can just improve on these things because, yeah, that's what I believe.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alex. That's the end of the test.
Thank you.